Hi, my name is Linda McKendry and I'm a merchandising consultant. Today we're going to look at the basic merchandising principles. We're going to look at how to fix a display that isn't selling anything, and we're also going to look at some things you can do with dead stock. Our first display is on these nesting tables and shows a lot of great examples of the merchandising principles that we want to show you. The first thing to remember is that goods to be sold must first be seen. In this case, we have a lot of product that can be seen because we've added the height using home hardware items, and you can see that the product is in prime selling space, which is waist to eye level or comfortable reach down to your knees. This is an extremely portable and very flexible display. We also want to follow a principle that says amuse, don't confuse. One of the ways to do that is to make sure that you are sticking to a few colors and not putting too many in. You're sticking to a few textures, you're massing them, putting them together, so then the eye isn't confused by jumping from one thing to another. It has a lot of places where the eye can rest and be comfortable. Also, we have defined the area that we're doing a display in, and we've confined our product to that area. The other thing is that we're paying attention to the colors, because colors, patterns, and styles are the most important things in making sales. You can see how the contrasts are here too between items that are more flat, finish, and textured compared to items that are more clear and sparkly. Contrasts are always nice because each one helps the other product's features to be more visible and more appealing. When the products come in boxes, it's a good idea, especially if the box fits in with the color pattern and style, to show nearby. The customer will pick up the box. They will recognize that this is an ideal gift item as well as the way of protecting the item. Our second example is showing how to fix a display when the items aren't selling. The first thing to remember is that dust and dirt devalues, so make sure that your items are dusted. Also, if the display looks messy, it's not going to be appealing because it's too much visual chaos. If your display looks skimpy because you have too much fixture showing and too much shelf showing and not enough product, then you have a sense that there's no abundance there, that there isn't enough to choose from. The other thing we have is product that's scattered all over the place, things that are unrelated or that are unorganized. You can see if someone is buying this set of glasses, the other set on the other size that they could choose from is not on the same shelf or even close to it. So what we want to do is we want to re-merchandise this onto another fixture and show you how the principles are going to work to make this more appealing, to show more product in less space and increase the sales. What makes this easy to do in less time is paying attention to the fact that the larger items are obviously going to need to be placed first, and then as you go through the display, the smaller items are then tucked in here and there. So the other thing to keep in mind is that when I looked at the first shelf, I categorized everything. I put the Christmas things together in my mind, I put the tableware together in my mind, and I put the appliances together in my mind. I knew that I needed to keep those items all grouped, and I chose to group it vertically rather than horizontally, because that allows the large items to be less in reach and easier to see, and the smaller items that need more detail at closer to eye level. And remember, the props go in last. When you're left with one item that doesn't work, we have a saying, if in doubt, leave it out. Take it somewhere and give it its own space. That one item that you didn't know what to do with now needs to find a home. So I've brought it here to where I'm going to show you what to do with items when you are no longer reordering. When you're no longer reordering, you don't want product taking up room on a shelf, taking up available space. It doesn't pay rent. It has to be dusted. It costs more and more. It's eroding your profits. It also has no promotional value. It's unseen by shoppers. So what we want to do is show you how to take these one-of-a-kind items and create a display with them, because remember, we want to display before we discount. When you have more container than you have product because people have been selling out of it, the thing to do is to put the same amount of items in a smaller container so that it still looks full. Even one-of-a-kind items or dead stock can find their place in a beautiful display when you use all the principles that we've talked about today. You can see how the categories are all grouped. You can see how the color, pattern, and styles are all grouped, so that when the customer comes and looks at it, they're not seeing it as a one-of-a-kind leftover item. They're seeing it as something that's valuable that can be used in their home. Also, I want to point out that when you're using a product for a prop, such as these shelf units here, then you want to make sure that a lot of the product is visible so that they know that it is for sale as well. If you've displayed items like this and they still aren't selling, this is an ideal opportunity for you to take this item and have more people talking about it as you use it as a giveaway in your community to a charity where they can raffle it off or give it away as a door prize. This will give you extra value for it and still maintain the value of the item. You can see that we've used 3 examples today to show good basic merchandising principles. Whether it's goods to be sold must first be seen. We want to amuse and not confuse as we put patterns and colors together in their groupings. We want to define and confine by telling the right story and confining the product within the fixtures that we've assigned. We also want to take that one item that was if in doubt, leave it out and find a good place to put it. But most of all, we want to focus on color, which is the #1 selling factor, so that we group in space based on color, pattern, and style. If you want more information, you can check out my book, which has these ideas and a lot more in it, where you can use this as a training tool in your store to help you in your merchandising, because we are here to sell more goods to more people faster.